Thank you for tuning in to Hard News TV4. I'm your host, Terry Lynn, and this is the channel where truth is like archaeology, and every day we're digging for it. Today is November 30th, 2020, and wait till y'all hear this top 10. So we're going to start off with this, and it's going to show the propaganda spread. World Health Organization urges global governments worldwide to manage all social activity. The World Health Organization, okay, is telling every government in the world, y'all need to manage y'all's country's social activity. So wait, when we dive into this, y'all have to see this, okay? World Health Organization urges global governments to manage all social activity. Dr. Michael Ryan, Director of Global Alert and Responses of the World Health Organization, now this is supposed to be just health, right? Told journalists at a press briefing on Monday that pinch points, otherwise known as places where people gather, must be managed. He spoke about numerous types of public areas such as airports, public transportation, and even places like ski resorts. Yeah, because you're so close together, not social distancing when you're skiing. Governments must manage to prevent further spreading. He called on governments around the world to investigate all forms of gatherings that lead to people congregating or moving in mass, and how they are going to de-risk those processes. So you need to have controlled places where you go and gather. The government needs to step in and take control of that, okay? Now watch this. This is the World Health Organization. Now, here is a PDF on them. And look who they are partnered with. World Economic Forum and World Health Organization. Okay? Watch. Let's go down and look at it. Preventing non-communicable diseases in the workplace through diet and physical activity. The World Health Organization and World Economic Forum. Now, what does the World Economic Forum have to be involved with this, with the World Health Organization? Controlling what we eat and what we do. The World Economic Forum. Because, see, if they have to take care of our health care, then they want to dictate to us what we can eat and not eat. But, okay, now remember, the World Health Organization says, now this is just World Health Organization, says that governments around the world need to get a control over where people gather. Okay? And they are teamed up with the World Economic Forum. You know, the same World Economic Forum that wrote the book, The Great Reset. The same one that the mainstream media says that the Biden administration has already inherited its first conspiracy theory, the Great Reset. Okay? Now, I was going to make this the last article, but I'm going to move it. So hold on. Since we're talking about Joe Biden and the conspiracy theory of the Great Reset, even though we know it's not a conspiracy. Well, article number 2 is Dark Winter was a CSIS scenario code name covering a biological weapon use against America. This article is from today from Zero Hedge. Could it be possible that the phrase dark winter has some sort of deeper meaning than most of us are not meant to understand. Have we heard that phrase over and over again in recent weeks? And usually it has been used in discussions regarding the current state of the COVID-19 pandemic. But it also turns out that the dark winter was also a code name for a high-level simulation that was conducted back in 2001. That simulation envisioned a scenario in which a widespread smallpox attack was unleashed inside the United States. As you will see below, the simulation was designed to spiral out of control, and the hypothetical consequences are absolutely disastrous. Okay, so here is a 1 minute and 50-second video from the Blaze TV from 6 years ago. This was November 10th, 6 years ago, 2014, just 1 minute. Now remember the guy, the Dr. Bowl, who wrote the biological weapons paper and defined what a biological weapon was, biowarfare, said that COVID was a biological weapon. Well, look at this from 6 years ago, and remember how much Joe Biden has talked about the dark winter. Well, before we go there, look right here. It says, could it be possible that Joe Biden and others are using the phrase dark winter to signal that something is about to spiral out of control? And he just talks about how much they keep using the words dark winter. But let's listen to this video.
With a growing concern over the notion that chemical and biological weapons were unaccounted for and could potentially fall into the hands of terrorists, the Department of Defense wanted to test the nation's readiness for such an emergency. In June 2001, the DoD conducted a war game called Operation Dark Winter.
Dark Winter was a major exercise that was done prior to 9/11, earlier in 2001, to look at the effects of a biological terror event. And it was kind of a scary scenario. We would lose a lot of people if a really effective bioterror event occurred.
The simulation evaluated the government's ability to respond and communicate with the public, and the exercise even included mock news reports.
Mock news reports. But y'all, remember Trump said that we were at war. We were at war, and he was bringing the military involved, and this was Operation Warp Speed, and the military was involved in this, and now everybody keeps saying that this is going to be a dark winter, and they've already practiced this even with the journalist. Now I'm going to let the last minute play. Here we go.
Since the diagnosis of 20 smallpox cases in Oklahoma City 12 days ago, hundreds have now died, thousands have become infected.
We had to, think about things like, quarantines and martial law, and things like that. All of a sudden, our system wasn't our system anymore because we had this terrible thing going on, and we had to change. We had to, change the way we thought about things. We had to change the way the military interrelated with the civilian world.
They had to change everything. The new normal. Oh, and we're going to let this play. But remember, now the World Health Organization and World Economic Forum are telling every government, y'all need to do something with y'all's people. Y'all need to get y'all's people back on their leash and get them to obey. We got things to do. Y'all need to get control of them. So he's talking about they simulated how to get control out of people, how to bring martial law. Let me just roll it back some, and I'll let it play.
We had to change. We had to, change the way we thought about things. We had to change the way the military interrelated with the civilian world. And it was really an eye-opener.
And the conclusion were tens of millions of deaths, no commerce between states, no airplane flying for 6 months, and war between Oklahoma and Texas.
Okay, now, but they're calling this Operation dark winter. Does this seem odd? Okay? There's so much in these articles. I am going to leave y'all the link to all these. Okay? Now let's go on to article number 2. I got a lot of ground to cover to get to 10. Los Angeles County adopts new stay-at-home order as COVID-19 cases rise. The restrictions set to take effect Monday will ban most public and private gatherings, because the WHO said y'all need to take care of the pinch points, the places where people gather. So now Governor Newsom is locking down Los Angeles County. Article number 3. This is from today. Gavin Newsom says stay-at-home order likely if COVID-19 surge continues for the whole state. California Governor Gavin Newsom said Monday's press conference the state is considering a new stay-at-home order in purple tier continued counties if cases continue to surge. The state is experiencing the highest rate of increase in the virus cases since the start of the pandemic, and in 1 of 2 weeks, new cases resulting from the Thanksgiving gatherings are expected to pop up and accelerate the surge. I told y'all they were going to come and say because of all the gathering, we need to go into hard lockdown, okay? And World Health Organization is telling every government around the globe, take care of your people. So now we're seeing them do it. Article number 4. Oh, well, this is the same thing, I think, with just more detail in it. So this will still be number 3. California's Newsom warns of dramatic, arguably drastic new restrictions to come as hospitalizations hit record highs. Says health officials are preparing for a wave of virus cases over the next 2 or 3 weeks that could be linked to the Thanksgiving gathering. Here we go. It's about to happen. Article number 5. I'm going to try to speed up. This article is from November 28th, NBC News. COVID live updates. LA County orders a post-Thanksgiving lockdown as U.S. reaches 13 million. But the article is about the virus vaccine is here. Okay, this is in the article, but down. Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine doses are flown to the U.S. The first doses of COVID-19 vaccines are on the move. A source familiar with the planning tells NBC News that United Airlines has already flown its first doses of the vaccine on a chartered plane from Belgium. The flight was reported by the Wall Street Journal. Pfizer is developing the vaccine with German partner BioNTech, and the pharmaceutical has said it has vaccine production facilities in Puurs, Belgium, St. Louis, Missouri, Andover, Maryland, and Kalamazoo, Michigan. Okay, so it's here. It's here. It says a source familiar with the process told NBC News FAA is allowing United to carry 15,000 pounds of dry ice per flight, 5 times more likely than is usually permitted, to keep the doses sufficiently cold. Now, I was told it was a live virus, and that's why they have to keep it cold. Unreal. Article number 6. Look at this. Governor DeSantis says he won't mandate the COVID-19 vaccine. Sounds pretty good, don't it? GOP lawmaker fears next governor might. Governor Ron DeSantis announced last week that while vaccines for the virus are coming soon, he won't require anyone to get vaccinated if they don't want to. But a GOP state lawmaker said that state law as currently written could allow him or any other governor to mandate the vaccinations, and he will file legislation in the coming days to repeal that law. Right now in Florida, under the Public Health Emergency Statute 381, Chapter 381, they can literally take you, test you, quarantine you, but also force you to take a vaccine. They can restrain you and force you to do that, Central Florida Republican State Representative Anthony Sabantini said. The powers have not been used yet, but they've been on the books for over 25 years, and it's important that Floridians know that this power can't be exercised by government because it's too much. It's just too much an invasion of the personal liberties. I wonder what other states have these similar laws. Article number 7, Florida's COVID-19 vaccine plan. So this is how they're going to roll it out. The plan to get the virus vaccine to Florida. Pfizer announced today that they have a promising coronavirus vaccine candidate showing 90% effectiveness. They are now on track to apply for emergency authorization later in November, but who in Florida will have the first access to the new vaccine? Florida has charted its COVID vaccine plan. The vaccine will go to healthcare workers first, residents and staff of long-term care facilities, and some essential workers. So if you work in a nursing home, y'all can expect to get it. Article number 8. This is from today from the UK. British Army's Information Warfare Unit will be deployed to tackle anti-vaccine propaganda ahead of the jab rollout. Leaked documents revealed soldiers, military, were at war. This is Britain. Leaked documents revealed soldiers are already monitoring cyberspace, what we're saying online, and British Army's Information Warfare Unit will tackle antivirus propaganda. It comes amid a rise in the number of anti-lockdown protests around Britain. The Defense Cultural Specialist Unit was launched in Afghanistan in 2010. The British Army's Information Warfare Unit, don't that sound like propaganda unit, will be deployed to tackle anti-vaccine propaganda ahead of the coronavirus vaccine rollout, it has been revealed. Soldiers are already monitoring cyberspace for COVID-19 content to find out how British citizens are being targeted online. Don't think it's not going to spread. Article number 9. Now this was from September 4th, 2020, but I've been meaning to cover it. It was in my inbox. I never got to it, but I'm going to tie it in since the British are now going after you online and for what you're saying online. COVID-19 conspiracy theorist James Bartolo arrested over alleged anti-lockdown protest. So this guy right here was online talking about the lockdowns, the virus, the draconian measures, and he gets a knock on the door while he's sitting on the toilet, and they arrest him. Okay, and then the last thing is not related, but kinda. This is from November 26th. Australian state could jail Christians for 10 years for talking to people about Jesus and the gay lifestyle. Legislation, this is from November 26. Legislation introduced in the Victorian government today could see Christians hit with heavy fines and lengthy jail times for attempting to convert LGBTQ people to Christianity or teaching certain portions of the Bible. And it says that practices may include activities such as a simple prayer. So if you try to pray with a gay person in Australia, you might be going to prison for 10 years for trying to give them hope in Jesus Christ. So I just wanted to bring y'all this. Y'all please leave me your comments below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.